Jo ne potkivanok. Hucsvaj. Jo? Start. I'm going to have to teach Rosanna how to say that. I'll have to teach Rosanna. I'll have to teach Rosanna some Hungarian. Hmm. Oh boy, that is good. That's really really good. But start of a start of another day, and I I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning and I'm thinking to myself, it's cold. I mean, it's really cold. Oh goodness gracious! I've got what is it now? About 36 hours or something thereabouts, and to get ready for Rosanna. And I found myself thinking that being a Brazilian and having lived in Florida, for 19 years, coming from Brazil, she's going to be like a fish out of water. She's going to be like a fish out of water in this weather. Hmm. And we will we'll see how she does. Bless her heart. She is she's all excited. She's all excited. At first, last Sunday, I was trying to pin her down. Are you going to go? Are you going to go? Come on, are you going to go? And she's thinking about it, you know, and I patiently waited until she finally decided. I knew all along that she was going to come. You shouldn't ask a question that you know the answer to, but I knew all along that she was going to come. And right now, if she's watching my video, she'd be saying, "Oh, you're so confident. You're so confident." It's something to that extent. But mm, she'll be like a fish out of water in the cold. But I got to tell you that I'm doing or I anticipate doing everything I can to make sure that she has a a trip of her lifetime. I mean, really, in all honesty and sincerity, my camper's a mess. My camper, my camper is a complete mess, and I got to set aside time today, or tomorrow, and make sure that everything is just right. I got to do the cleaning. I got to clean the little shower here, with the toilet. I've got to empty out the cupboards. Put my clothes in the truck, and when she comes in, say, okay, this is your closet space. This is your little drawer here. And make room for her. I guess it's the gentleman in me that does that. Now I still haven't quite figured out the whole curtain situation. You those of you that have been following me, you're all too familiar. You're all too familiar with the curtain situation, and not quite sure yet, about how the curtain situation is going to work with Rosanna. So, hmm, let's just put it this way: it's there if she wants it. Okay, the curtain is the curtain is there if she wants it. So what I was thinking about buying her, which she would look. Oh boy, she would look cute in. I was thinking of buying her a long like a long john, a pair of pajamas, like the flannel pajamas with the poop chute in the back, the top, the bottom, flannel pajamas with the poop chute on the back, something like that. It's going to be cold. I think the temperature today when I woke up, I think the temperature was at about 36 or something like that. And the camper is okay. You know, I don't sleep with the propane on when I'm traveling alone, just to save a little bit on the propane, because you don't want to run out of propane. But the camper heats up rather quickly. It's not very big. You know, it's not a very big camper, and I find that when I actually do put the curtain up, like as I'm sitting here now, when I actually do put the curtain up over the over the bed, that that it keeps the heat in this portion of the camper a lot better. So anyway, you know, I went to bed last night and I was thinking that I was wondering whether I made an impulse buying decision on my camera. And I bought the A6000, Alpha 6000, A6000 camera from Sony. And the camera that I bought, it came out back in 2015 and 2016 or something like that. And I started going on YouTube, the #2 search engine in the world. I started going on YouTube and looking for for comparisons and the A6000, and I saw some videos. Should I buy the A6000 in 2019 and all that type of stuff? And initially, I thought it was a good decision. Until I started looking at their most recent release, which is the A6400. And there were some significant differences, particularly for doing videos. And those differences pertain to like the newer model can shoot in 4K. I mean, can you imagine Rosanna in 4K? So the newer model can shoot in 4K, and the newer model has like a built-in microphone or something like that. It's got a microphone jack or something to that effect. And it's pricier naturally. You know, it's about $400 or $500 more. But anyway, so I started shopping around this morning as I was lying there in bed, and I found the newer model up in Portland. And I ordered it, and it's waiting there for pickup. But talking about pickup, you know, I pick up Rosanna tomorrow. And you know, I was reading the news last night. And Michigan has been having a big problem with well, a lot of states have been having a big problem with the mosquitoes and the EEE disease or something like that, and you know, all that type of stuff. And some poor guy who was perfectly healthy, he went from I guess he got bit, and he went from being perfectly healthy to brain dead in just a matter of days from getting that mosquito bite. And you know, I'm just going to use precaution with Rosanna. You know, long sleeves, long pants. You know, use spray. You know, mosquito spray and what have you. But you know what? To be quite honest with you, as cold as it's getting, down into the 30s at night, I don't think that mosquitoes are going to be that big of a problem. And but regardless, I had reserved a space on a farm for Friday night, 20 minutes north of Portland. And Rosanna gets in at about 7:30 at night, and by the time she gets her bags and what have you, it'll be 8 o'clock. And yeah, I was looking online today, and lo and behold, just down the street from the airport is a beautiful Cabela's. You know, the Cabela's with all the animals and the flannel shirts and all that kind of stuff. And they've got really, really nice overnight parking there for free. And so what I think I'll do is Roseanne and I will, uh, I'll pick her up. We'll go into town, into South Portland, and perhaps I'll leave my camper at Cabela's and wake up in the morning and have an old country style breakfast at Cracker Barrel. You see, I plan everything. I'm a planner. I plan everything. Somebody once traveled with me and said, you know what I like traveling about you, Tom? I just have to show up. That's all I have to do. I just have to show up. And the only thing I really have to think about is, what am I going to wear today? That's it. Just show up. That's what I like traveling about you. You know, all I have to do is show up, because I'm a planner. You know, I like to plan things. But anyway, so Roseanne and I will probably have we'll probably wake up on a Saturday morning, have a nice Cracker Barrel breakfast, and I think we're going to head up the coast. We're going to head it slowly. We're going to saunter our way up the coast of Maine to Acadia National Park. We'll get up to Acadia National Park, and Saturday night it'd be nice to get a nice hotel somewhere on the waterfront, you know, like a cozy bed and breakfast or something like that, you know, right there on the waterfront. And perhaps Sunday night as well. I'm not quite sure, you know, how that'll work out. But Monday, I think we're going to hightail it over through New Hampshire into the White Mountains and take her to that beautiful, beautiful hotel. I think it's called the Mount Washington Hotel or something like that. But I think we'll go over and do that, and then find our way into Stowe. And if I'm not mistaken, I talked to Skip Smith yesterday, and Skip and Sue, they bought a new camper. They got rid of the fixer upper, and they got themselves a smaller camper. But you know what? Bless their hearts. You know, this is the time that they busted their ass all their lives, and boy, you know, the thought of the two of them, you know, driving down the road with their little dog Katie, you know, it's just it's a wonderful, wonderful thought. But they may meet us. Skip told me that you know, maybe if we're around Cape Cod or something like that on Saturday, you know, that maybe we can meet up and we can have a kumbaya moment sitting around the campfire. But we will see, as the saying goes. You know what? In closing the video today, I got to tell you, last night I was sitting there and I was lying there in bed and you know, flipping through Facebook and all that kind of stuff, and I found my way back over to one of my videos. I found my way back over to one of my videos with Rosanna, the one that I was apologizing to her for her saying no shit, or no, she said gosh no, or whatever it was. But my apology video, and I sat there watching it. The two of us have very good screen presence, if you will, you know. And as I sat there looking at her, she's a beautiful lady, you know. Rosanna is a beautiful lady, and I am one lucky guy, you know, to think that there's a bag packed at her house down there in Florida, in anticipation of a flight, you know, to meet me for a week in New England. I'm one lucky guy, and don't think for a second that I don't fully realize and appreciate that. So anyway, with all that said, time to time to get on with my day. I saw a comment. Let's see here. Good morning, Tom. Melissa. Melissa's saying good morning. Good morning, Melissa. So Maine is on your bucket list, is it? Just do it, Melissa. Just do it. Just get a ticket. Fly up to Portland, and just do it. You still have plenty of time to see the New England autumn this year. Okay? You could just make it a 4-day weekend, rent a car, fly up to Boston, and just do a little road trip. Anyway, all right, with all that said, I need to get on with my day. Everybody out there, have a great day, okay? And take good care. You know what, before I go, I'm gonna post a link down in the description here of something that my brother sent me. My dad, bless his heart and rest his soul, my dad for years used to come home from work and he would grab a wagon. He would grab one of those like little radio flyer wagons, and he would walk down to the end of the street. And when he got down to the end of the street, he would walk through this field that we used to play baseball and football in. And he'd go through the field, and after he was done going through the field, he'd come through a little wooded area, and then he'd go down a hill that we used to sled ride on, and he'd go down to the beach, Lake Erie. He'd go down to the beach, he'd go down to Lake Erie, and in doing so, he would pick up bricks. So there were always these bricks, the bricks. Like I tease Rosanna, like, she's got this like defensive wall up, when I first met her, and we were having dinner, I could just, it was hard to talk to her because there was this wall between us. And I was telling Rosanna that it's like, slowly but surely, the bricks are coming off of the wall, and I think the last time I checked, the wall was down to about her ankles, but anyway, as these bricks would wash up on the beaches, and I don't know if these were bricks that women had put around themselves. Okay. I don't know if these were bricks from, the walls that the women, on the shores of Cleveland had put up. And then as the men slowly wore those walls down, the bricks would tumble into the water and what have you. But, these bricks would be in Lake Erie sometimes for years, just, rolling around and what have you. And they would kind of become, smooth with the rounded corners and all that kind of stuff. But my dad, every day, or seemingly every day, he'd go down to the beach with this wagon, and he'd bring these bricks back. He just liked these bricks, probably because they were free. That's probably why he liked them, because they were free. So he would go down and he would get these bricks, and he would stockpile them by our house. And it used to just drive us crazy. Like, what the hell are you going to do with these bricks? Well, long story short, is the backyard now of my dad's house, the house I grew up in. And it's owned by a brother of mine. But the backyard now has just a spectacular brick patio. It's just a very, very beautiful brick patio. And my brother the other day, my other brother, sent me a text message with a link to a story that ran on my dad's 92nd birthday. And he said, how interesting that this story would run on the same day that Dad's birthday is with us. And I thought, yeah, absolutely. How interesting is that? But the legend and the legacy of Ernie Hall. It goes on. But anyway, there was a story about these bricks, of how the bricks got into the lake, and I will put that in the description. I'll put that in the description, and share that with you. So anyway, hope everybody out there has a great day. I saw another comment that came in. Who was it? Tom, remember not to eat crackers in bed or you'll get all scratchy. Yeah, crackers in bed, you know? I don't know. Oh, goodness. I think I can have biscotti in bed, though, you know? I don't know. I don't know if Rosanna would be okay with biscotti in bed. I don't know if Rosanna would be okay with me in bed, to be quite honest with you. I just don't know. You know, I mean, forget about biscotti. You know, I don't know if Rosanna will be okay with me in bed. We will see. Well, no, we won't see. Okay, I will see. We won't see. Forget that. Okay, there's some things that are just too personal to put on YouTube. All right, but anyway, everybody out there, have a great day. Okay, take good care. That's good.